Hi guys, so today I want to talk through my journey about how I managed to become a vegan that I am today. So I'm going to talk you through my story, which started just over 2 years ago. So it was 2015, starting to go into my exams for my A-levels, and it's a time where you get put into the position that you need to make all the choices that are going to set you up for the rest of your life regarding your work. So you have to make the right decisions of what exams you want to do, regarding what work you want to do. So my point of this being that I was in the frame of mind that I needed to make the best decisions that I possibly could because it was going to affect the rest of my life. So with that frame of mind, when I stumbled across a video of an animal in an abattoir being used for meat, being processed into meat, I saw that as something that, if I have the ability to change, the rest of my life regarding my work and what I do, then if I see this as something that is happening now, then it should be something that I can hopefully work on for the rest of my life. And that is something that I saw, and it said be vegan for the animals, so that is what I did. I saw it and I thought, no, I'm going to be vegan, so that is what I did. So that was November, December, end of October kind of, and it's the best decision I've ever made. And I've spoken to many people who also went vegan around the same time, who also say it's the best decision that they've ever made. So it is something that I look back on and think, I really wish I did it sooner. But, it is what it is. So, not even going to think about it, just cut it out. For me, it was kind of a black and white kind of thing, so I went straight from one side to the other side without too much problem. It was something that I felt I just needed to draw the line, and that came to the end of my omnivorous life, and that took me into the first step of my vegan life. So for me it was very much an all or nothing thing. So when I tried to be vegetarian, it lasted 4 days. I couldn't do it. It was too ambiguous of what you can and what you can't have. So it was like I didn't really know where I stood with it. I was just like, I don't really know what I should and should be having, because it's like you can have some animal produce but not others. And when it was something that I wanted to do for the animals, it was a little bit like, well, why am I only doing half of it for the animals? Like, milk, dairy, eggs still impacts the animals, so why would I be vegetarian? So I lasted 4 days as a vegetarian. I couldn't really figure out what I was meant to be having, and so there was really no kind of lines to go by, so it just really didn't work out. And then I don't know how much longer it was after that I actually went vegan, but I remember before I went vegan there was definitely a time where I thought being vegetarian, but it lasted only 4 days, so I didn't really have the reasons to be vegetarian as well. So when I look back on it in reflection, the reason I wanted to be vegetarian was to be cool. That was literally the only reason. Somewhere I had this idea that vegetarians were cool. I don't know why, maybe for whatever reason, who knows. But when I went vegan, it was like, I had that in my heart that I needed to do it. It was something that I just had to do to save the animals. So when I went vegan, it was kind of with a different mindset than to be vegetarian. So, sometimes vegetarianism helps some people because it's a slow progress, like, to get to being vegan. So, I don't know, baby steps, they add up and you can go the full way. I believe in that, and I guess if it helps, it helps. However, that is just kind of slowing down the process. It's just slowing down the whole development of getting there. So, I don't know, I suggest... When I first went vegan, it was amazing, because, you're helping animals, but I did go through a kind of transition period, and now when I look back on it, there are other people who also went through that transition period, and it's like the unhealthy vegan starter pack. They say there's a picture of like a banana, a packet of crisps, I can't even remember what, but it would basically be not a lot of food for the unhealthy vegan starter pack. So, you know, you do what you can. So if you're going, for the whole day, for example, you'd have some toast and some peanut butter and have some crisps and a banana. That was not enough food in quantity or quality. So I would need a whole lot of more nutrition to function as a human. And consuming the lesser amount of calories, because you're cutting out all these foods, you can't get the amount of nutrition that you need. So I generally I wasn't fueling my body, so my body kind of in turn responded a little bit. It took me a little while to kind of balance through it. So basically, have enough calories. You're going to need a lot more than one little salad bowl for lunch, because you're going to get hungry and you're going to feel great. So yeah, you just need to be full to be able to function, basically. But I had anemia. That kind of sums it up. Anemia sucks. You have low energy, and when I say I wasn't eating enough, and yeah, I had anemia, so you basically don't have enough of what you need, and that is in your blood, the iron that you need, and I didn't have enough iron. Probably B12 as well, but at the time I was more focused on the iron that I didn't. Comment of what are your vegan tips and advice. Definitely using that's my vegan story. What I've learned that is you need enough iron, you need enough B12. They are the fundamentals of what is going to physically keep you alive. So as much as that's not day-to-day kind of tips and tricks about what food to have, where you go get it, it's kind of like they are the ties that are just going to keep you going. They are what your body actually needs to function to survive. Like, I went to the point where I was literally, I was in a freaking ambulance, like with the Nino, that kind of Nino, like it was, because then eventually I went on to having Floradix. So that is basically from Holland & Barrett. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but here you go, I'll mention it again. It's Holland & Barrett, and it's full of iron, and it's all natural, so it comes from plants, comes from flowers, and they compress it into a juice, and you take a shot every day, and it's literally like, okay, it takes a while to get used to. It's the strongest, it's like having a vodka shot. That's the only way I can describe it. It's the strongest drink in a tiny little shot that you literally go, and it's disgusting, absolutely hideous. After a few months taking it, you get used to it and you're like, it's not so bad. But it is terrible to start with, but no pain, no gain. First my health went bad, but then it went much better, and the only way I can describe it is that my health has literally skyrocketed. It has gone so much better than I was before. So my vegan story ended, well, it's not ended, but it's got to the point where it's been so worthwhile. It has been a struggle and an effort, but it's been so worthwhile. I couldn't recommend it more to anyone.